Welcome back, everyone. At this point, we've already shown you how to use the HipTrac in supine or on your back at 30 degrees open, 20 degrees, 10 degrees, and all the way closed now at 0 degrees. We've shown you how to put on the bindings correctly, and we've also talked about protocols. How hard should you pull? What angle should you pull? Well, as part of that protocol, as the person is able to use the HipTrac closer and closer to closed, all the way flat, at higher levels of PSI, 50 to 100 PSI or even more, they're really improving that joint mobility, and they're putting stress to that joint capsule, or really stretching it out so that they can improve their range of motion, their functionality, and they're feeling better. Now, a lot of people when they're walking will always complain they can't stride out, and they'll have that tightness and pain in their groin in the front of their hip. Well, to really work on this, once you can really achieve that using it closed on your back at high levels, you're going to want to then switch to a sideline position. So in this case, we have a wall right here, and we have the HipTrac up against the wall. This could be a doorway, it could be a piece of equipment in the gym, it could be whatever you want it to be. But technically, her ischial or sit bone is not actually touching the HipTrac at all. So she's close to it, but not on it. So she has the pump set up. She doesn't need the pad anymore. So she'll take her leg and she'll go up here and hook in. Now the hook, in this case, we moved it from the Achilles tendon. We twisted it around, so now the hook's on the inside of her ankle. So she'll reach up to whatever hole she can get into. And once she's there, she's in this position. Now, right now, she's along the wall and she's pretty much straight, and this would simulate the HipTrac being closed when you're on your back. Well, now we want to get a little bit more extension. So in order to move her leg behind her, we don't want to move the HipTrac again with her leg. We want to move her body forward. So she'll slide forwards, and you can see on the angle here that she can, have as much as she wants to. Now she's going to want to make sure her chest stays and her shoulder blades stay extended alongside of her body, right? So her actual pelvis is what's moving forward. If people make the mistake of just curling forward, then they're still actually not increasing their extension. Now, they'll be totally comfortable in their knee, but let's say the person has some kind of sensitive knee, or there's some kind of stretch to the knee. What you can do is, a lot of people will take like a pillow or a pad, and they'll put in there to fill that space, so it gives them that perception of comfort and takes some pressure off. This knee you want to keep bent up. It's okay to have straight, but if you have a sensitive lower back, by bending that knee, it takes a little bit of pressure off your lower back. Okay, so now she's in extension behind her body as if she was walking and striding out. She'll grab the pump, and again, she'll just start pumping up. Same conversation about how hard you should pull or how long you should pull. Since it's a new position, maybe you back down to 1 to 2 minute holds, and maybe you start at that 40 to 50 PSI, even though you were using it higher before on your back. She'll hold that for the time. Now, the other cool thing is not only is she extended behind her, but you'll notice that her foot is flat, or almost, it's not toed out like it was, it's almost toed in or neutral. That will also put more pressure on that joint capsule. Then she'll release the pressure, and she'll repeat that as per the protocol in the other discussion. This way she can really put that stress to the front of her hip and get more functionality and range of motion out of her body. Thank you very much.